Okay, it's Thursday, 24th of November, and tonight I'm talking to Kyron Farrell. How are you doing, Kyron? You alright?
I'm not too bad, thanks.
Excellent. Right, let's just check out. Got this facts right. So you were born 10th of May 96.
No.
That's Wikipedia for you.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
So how old are you,
I'm
Kyron?
25.
Alright, you haven't got that one as well. Good, down to 26. Born in Islington?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that'd be right. Who do you support?
Arsenal.
I thought that might follow. I've been born in Islington, so you must have been going there as a kid, were you? Growing up?
Well, didn't play for them, but there was like a team, so I was there.
Yeah.
Used to do a lot of training with them. And then, yeah, signed for Spurs when I was primary school,
Right.
which my family weren't happy about.
No.
No.
But you need to go where you get picked, I suppose, don't you? So, youth career. Started out in Millwall, is that right, in 2016?
Yeah.
Then we also had a loan period here in 2017. Then you went from Heels to Concord, Cray Wanderers, Walton Casuals, and Hampton Richmond Borough. I've got them all there, have I?
Yeah, that's right.
And also a Republic of Ireland under 19.
Yeah,
Is
so
that right?
there was 16s as well,
Okay.
but it's not down on.
So let's go back to Millwall. So, how would you old you been in 2016? That would have been. How would you old have been when you joined them?
Oh, well, I signed for them when I was 13.
13. Okay. And what position were you playing then?
Centre mid.
Centre mid.
Yeah.
So you've changed your position throughout the seasons then. So who was in that setup in your time there? Who was at Millwall? Who did you grow up with there? Anyone we might have heard of, or broke into the first team, or moved on and done better?
I mean, there's only one because I grew up with him. We used to always play football with Aidan O'Brien.
Yeah, know that name.
Yeah, he's at what was it, Shrewsbury now?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, other than that, probably no one anyone's ever heard of.
Right. So what was your time like at Millwall?
It was alright up until obviously I was a pro and I was pretty much the first teamer.
Yeah.
That was always travelling with them and then got down to basically wasn't playing, was just travelling, and that's kind of when it went downhill.
Right. So what division were they in towards the end of your career there?
Champ,
In the Championship, yeah.
I think it was Champ.
Okay. So then you came here on loan at Braintree. So who was the manager here at the time? Hakan. We thought, yeah, we were debating it earlier. We thought it must have been Hakan. What do you remember about your time here?
It was a good bunch of lads, but just everything other than the players was kind of, it weren't great.
No.
No, obviously that was the relegation season.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have a. I mean, Hakan goes down as a bit of a Braintree legend in not performing very well, and then he came back again later on as well. Who were the players in the squad that you were playing with at that time that were half decent? I can't remember myself at that time.
Jack Midson.
Oh, Jack Midson, yeah.
Reese, Paul Johnson.
Yeah. I remember that. And did you play midfield at that time for us as well?
That's when I was a centre mid, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, curse of being left footed, you get converted.
So, what did you think about having been at Millwall, playing in the National League? What was the standard like for you then?
Honestly, not much different. Obviously, when I was at Millwall, I can only base it off of playing 23, so I only got one first team appearance. But
Right.
like 23's football is 20. It's like kids football. You get a lot of time.
Yeah.
It looks pretty. Whereas going from there to literally going into men's football, I was only small at the time, so it was sort of just getting bashed about basically.
Yeah.
A lot more physical.
Did you have you progress being out on loan here? Do you think?
Nah.
Okay, so you went back to Millwall and then they released you. Did you think that was going to happen to you at the time?
There's a lot of behind the doors about that. It was a mutual agreement.
Right.
But but obviously the club would put it as you release. But
Yeah. So having left them, I mean, how do you pick yourself up and go again? I think your next club was Concord, is that right?
yeah.
So were you trying elsewhere, or what was the fate with Concord?
I was trying to get league clubs, but obviously having not played enough,
Yeah.
made enough appearances, it was hard. So I had to just basically source my own club, and then Concord came in, and then I was there for only 6 months.
Right. And was Career Wanderers the same season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And funny enough, got to the playoffs, lost the playoffs, and then for Wharton, that's the club that we lost to in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's who I signed for.
Okay. And then, the Wharton Casuals got down there. And then last 3 seasons, Hampton and Richmond Borough. Is that right? 19 to 22. I know a couple of COVID seasons there, but so how did you find your time there?
Start of it.
You were midfield again, weren't you? I think.
No, so that's when I played left back since Wharton Casuals. That's when I started playing left back.
Yeah.
Hampton at the start was good. As the seasons went on, it was only a matter of time before I decided to just call it a day there.
Right. So how did you find the switch from midfield to left back? I mean, say it's because of being left-footed and getting moved out on the left, so
it's all right, but I mean, I don't mind playing left back. I think I kind of enjoy it more than I did midfield.
Yeah.
But it took a while to adjust to.
Where do you think you're most effective?
Well, now obviously I left back, but I don't know. It's just if someone tell me to play somewhere, I'll do what I feel I can.
Yeah. Okay. So then, how did you end up back here then this season?
How did I get back here?
Yeah.
Funny enough, Miles Anderson.
All right. Yeah, because he was there.
He
wasn't
kind of put my name forward to Steve and Ange.
Yeah.
And I was away for pre-season on a holiday.
Right.
So I've come back, had a few games, was meant to go on loan, and that's when Leon got injured, and I was basically told I'll be starting against Havant, and it's just gone from there.
Okay. And then you had an injury quite early on, didn't you? What was the injury you had?
It's just my back, because the work I do, I'm a carpenter, so it's a lot. It's very physical from early hours of the morning till about 6-7 o'clock at night. It was, and obviously the travelling here, playing here, then it took its toll.
Right. Okay. And so far, how do you think you've done?
I've done all right. I could probably do a lot more in terms of on the assists and maybe a few goals.
Yeah.
But it's still early in the season.
I think
my job's to defend, so
it's
down to the other boys up top to score.
I mean, you made quite a few good throws down the left and put a few crosses in. You seem to have quite a strong shot on you. I think you almost knocked some of the other ones down this end with a shot you had a few weeks back.
Strong shot, but it just don't hit the target.
So, as far as the team's performing, some good results, some bad results. How do you think we're doing?
I mean, everyone outside of the club would be looking and being, obviously from an outsider's point of view, but from an inside, I'm not surprised we're doing how we're doing because of the group of footballers we have.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got Angie's not negative, but when he is negative, it's still positive. He's got high expectations as well as everyone else, but his expectations, I think, is what is driving us to want to. And obviously we've had games we've lost, but they've not been from us getting opened up.
No,
it's come from just silly mistakes. And whereas we're a young group, we will make mistakes, but I'm not surprised we are where we are.
Mm-hmm.
In all fairness, bar the games where we've been on top and not got anything out of it, we could potentially be higher.
Yeah. How does he coach compared to where you've been before?
It's different, but it's like everyone says, when you don't have much time, whereas we're only two nights a week training, it's not easy to cram in a lot of information and a lot of training. Like, we only get pretty much 4 hours a week to train, so we make do with what we can do. I feel like we touch on things that we need to touch on, and just feel like it's down to everyone else, and just basically looking after yourself and making sure you're doing bits away.
Yeah. Right. And so what do you think will be a good season for the team?
A good season.
I mean, we're positioned at the moment. Is that sustainable?
A good season would be in and around upper mid.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like anyone is aiming for just a good season. I feel like we continue this momentum, or just continue with how we've been doing things, it could be more than just a good season. But I mean, we've got our expectations, but all in all, wherever we finish, as long as it's not in the bottom half, that to me is a good season.
Right. Okay. And then obviously Saturday we've got Hungerford coming up. They're struggling a bit. We're unbeaten at home. Does that add any extra pressure, or do we just go again and make it Fortress Dunmore Group Stadium?
I don't think there's any pressure. It's just, we can't underestimate, just because they're down at the bottom doesn't mean they ain't capable of turning up and absolutely having a great game and beating us. But we make it clear, like, this is our fortress. As long as we don't lose and we do everything here. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're unbeaten here, and hopefully that will continue on Saturday.
Brilliant. I agree. Kyron, it's brilliant. Thanks for your time.
No worries. Thank you.